Welcome back to Do It with Darryl. Today, we'll be fabricating the front console instrument panel and the new roof basket. Always exciting to be back in the shop at JR Marine. I am here with Ryan. Today is going to be absolutely amazing. We're just about to cut out the new dash for Dinghy 1 Kenobi and the roof rack. So roof rack I'm really excited for. We're actually stitching in I Dream a Dinghy on the side. This is going to be cool. Let's get this cut.
First up, Ryan and Sam cleared the stock pallets using an overhead winch system. We'll be using a brand new sheet of 5052 aluminum for the construction of these pieces. Ryan clears the cutting table, then measures the correct length from the 20-foot sheet for this job. Sam and I lifted the end of the plate so that Ryan could block up the underside to allow for some blade clearance during his cut. Using a standard circular saw, he makes short work of this task, and we're ready for the CNC machine. Ryan and I move the sheet across to the cutting table before screwing down the corners to stop any shifting during the high-speed routing. So that the router software has proper registration points during each cut, Ryan indexes the machine to the top of each screw head.
A handheld remote makes this finicky job much easier. So for this cut on the dash and the roof rack, we're gonna be using a single flute blade like I've previously showed you. The key with the single flute is that it's actually taking off a larger chunk of metal on each rotation. That larger chunk of metal actually absorbs heat and takes it out of the actual piece we're cutting and the blade. So that's very important to have the one blade removing that heat so that everything cuts as smooth as possible.
Next, one of the router chucks is fitted with a Sharpie to transfer the bending details onto each piece of the cut.
So the first step that we're gonna be doing on the router, again, is gonna be the Sharpie. So we're gonna be marking some outlines and any bend directions up or down. So we're just about to get cutting on the dash. The thing with the dash is Sam and I custom sized the dash to all the instruments that we're gonna be putting in Dinghy 1 Kenobi. I've gone through what I have from the old boat and what we're gonna put in the new boat, and now this dash is gonna be fit to size. For the dash, we're actually doing it in two pieces. We're gonna have a removable piece on the driver's side, and the passenger side's gonna have a small mini dashboard so that they have their own plotter and they can actually help navigate. I think that's one of the key things on a boat like this. When you're doing long distance trips, you need to be able to navigate from the passenger seat without interrupting the captain or who's at the helm. Very important.
For this job, small triangle-shaped pieces are removed to account for the various angles that will be bent to form the box corners of the console.
Even though I knew Sam and I had planned for it in the design, I was still surprised to see I Dream of Dinghy etched into the aluminum. It was so cool. For doing the letter treatments, the router bit had to be set to just the right depth for the relief to be visible, but still not penetrate the aluminum plate. 2 pressurized tubes blow methanol gas to cool the router bit and disperse the aluminum chips away from the cutting surface. We're just about to finish up the main cuts on the dashboard and the roof rack. We have the logo etched out already in the aluminum. That's gonna be so cool. We're gonna get this cut, we're gonna get it bent, and then we're gonna have it welded right into position. It's easy to see the benefits of a computer-assisted routing system like this. With all of the individual pieces nested within a large sheet, there is very little waste of time or material. So we've got everything cut, and the next thing we're gonna do is Aiden's gonna help us get everything bent. We have added onto the roof rack our own I Dream of Dinghy chevron logos. So this ends up being one of the end pieces on the aft part of the roof rack. So we're gonna get bending all these pieces and see what they're gonna look like assembled. So that's what we have next. This is actually gonna be the front face to our dash, our passenger and driver's side. So we have that on the go at the moment. Plus, the backing for that dash is already cut. So we're gonna bend some stuff up and tacking it together. Now, with all the cuts ready, we clear the deck so Aiden can start bending. Every new set of jobs and materials has its own set of tolerances, angles, and specifications. Aiden resets the brake for this set of bends. Okay, we're back here with Aiden. We're just about to get everything bent on the machine. Now, Aiden just told us that this machine that we're using has 175 tons per foot. That is absolutely insane. So what's the plan?
First of all, we're going to cross-check our drawings with Sam.
Okay.
Double check that the Sharpie lines are similar to the actual dimensions we want to be bent at.
Okay.
We'll deburr the part real quick and then we'll get bending.
All right, let's do this. After removing the tabs, Aiden uses a deburring tool to take off the razor sharp edges left by the router. Although the brake machine handles the heavy work, it's critical to check each angle. And this is especially true after recalibrating the machine. Even the smallest deviation over the length of the material can make a huge difference in the fit and finish. All of the bend marks we're talking about are gonna be measured from the outside point. Once you've done the bend, the actual dimension kind of changes. So in this one, it's going up 90. So we're gonna change it up 90. And then we're measuring the whole distance before it's bent. So we have to measure this distance when that's bent. Then we have to subtract this. But of course, there's a thickness difference in the plate of sheet aluminum. So that has to be taken into account. This is the setup of the rack. It still needs to be tagged together. Look at how cool the chevrons are. Please join us next time as we install the console and the roof basket before prepping for the final weld out. I look forward to seeing you next Saturday on another episode of Do It with Darryl.